Remember, The Good is brought to you by Nationwide. Nationwide is here to protect what's next for your farm, family, and future. To learn more, go to nationwide.com.
We're excited to start a new series of reports that are sure to lift your spirits. We call them Remember the Good, a holiday tribute to rural America. Now, we've teamed up with Margie Geiler-Alaniz to help update us on some of the stories and people who turned trials into triumphs and obstacles into opportunities this year. We begin with a look back at a young mother, wife, and veterinarian who survived the battle of her life. Farm Journal's Tyne Morgan has her story, and then Margie updates us on how she's doing now.
A serene setting on this Missouri farm is where Kristen Clenny is living her dream.
I was about 8 years old when I declared, Dad, I want to be a vet.
Now a veterinarian in the neighboring town of Eldon, her career desires have been steadfast.
Everything I did throughout high school and college directed me towards that.
Family first, Kristen is now a mom who just went through the fight of her life.
In January of 2020, I randomly felt a lump in my neck that I knew was something odd.
Over the next few weeks, Kristen said it was a whirlwind of doctor's appointments, biopsies, and ultrasounds.
And unfortunately, I found out that I did have thyroid cancer.
Within 5 days, Kristen underwent surgery.
We were under the impression my tumor was small. They caught it early. I'd have one surgery and that would be the end of it.
But it wasn't.
We got the bad news that although my tumor was small, it was rather mighty, so to speak, and it had spread, and I would be needing a second surgery as well as radiation therapy.
A wife and a mom.
And I love it.
And now a cancer survivor.
I feel very fortunate.
A year-long journey that took grit and grace.
You know, as we come into the end of the year, I think it's always really important to think about all of the good things that have happened and what we are all, so thankful for. I think life is crazy and it speeds by, and so many times there's not that time to stop and figure that out, right? And so I absolutely loved your story.
I recently just underwent some cancer treatment, and thankfully I'm on the other side of that and get to say that I'm a cancer survivor.
What would you like to tell other people when they have something that maybe is scary to them like that?
Yeah, I definitely would say, don't give up. It kind of sounds cliche sometimes, but I think all of us have a lot of strength within us that maybe we don't utilize at all times. And I will admit I was miserable at the time. I had so much going on and, I didn't feel good. But it became a daily choice that I was going to find the best in every day. I was going to focus on the positive, and if it takes you making it, minute by minute and then hour by hour and then day by day, before you know it, you might be like me and you're almost 2 years behind that initial diagnosis, and you can see the good on the other side.